Om Shri Sai Ram. On behalf of Sri Satya Sai Global Council Organization, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome each and every one of you this evening. It is through Swami's divine grace and blessings that we are all gathered here today for a very momentous announcement regarding Prasanthi Dham project. As all of you know, there are many of us in Dallas who have been working on this project for many years. And now we are in a position to make some announcements that will provide a lot of momentum for us to move forward. I want to take this moment to introduce three distinguished individuals who will be involved in making the announcement and talk to us more about the mission and what we plan to do about the Prasanthi Dham project. The first, we are blessed to have Sri Naganand with us today. He is a member of the Sri Satya Sai Central Trust in Prasanthi Nilayam, and he is also by profession a very distinguished Supreme Court lawyer in India. We are very happy to have him here, and he's going to share his perspectives on the abode of Sai. That would be the topic that he would address us. We also have another speaker who will follow Sri Naganand, and that is Akshay Kalatia. Most of you already know Akshay. He was here in Dallas for our retreat last year. Akshay is the chair for Zone 1 in the Satya Sai Global Council Organization. He lives in Tampa, and he is a ENT surgeon by profession. And the third individual is Professor Dr. Balu Karnam. He is also someone that all of you know. Balu Karnam was here for our retreat 2 years ago, and he is one of the most active alumni students that I have seen. He has been a Swami student at the Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning in Prasanthi Nilayam, where he secured his PhD, and then he is now working as a cancer researcher at the Tuskegee University. I'm glad to have all three of them participate in this announcement, and I'd like to turn it over to Sri Naganand to begin the announcement and share his thoughts. Sai Ram Naganand, please go ahead.
Thank you. Om Shri Sai Ram. Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddha Brahma Ekamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. My reverential pranams at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan. It gives me great pleasure to participate in this online meeting. I've now become a naturalized citizen of America for the last 1 month nearly. And I thought 1 month is a very long duration to be in the United States. My plan was only to be here for 4 or 5 days in the East Coast, but Swami had other plans. And when people in the West Coast came to know about my trip to the East Coast, they made me change all my plans and fly instead directly to San Francisco. And by Swami's will, I even made it to Dallas for a day. And that was a very exciting trip that I made there. I was in two minds, but finally I thought that Swami wanted me to go there. You know, I must share with you an episode. On many occasions, Bhagavan would suddenly tell me, and many times my wife was also there, he would tell me, you go to such and such a place, you see the place and come back. Okay, we have no idea what we're going to do, what we're going to see. But he sent me to see many of the places which were acquired by Bhagavan or our trusts much later. Like when the hospital was being built, he said, go and see the building, go and see the site. And when the orphanage was being built, he told me, you go and see the wife, take a wife and go also. So I think this was some prompting of Bhagavan to send me at breakneck speed to Dallas and get me back to San Francisco at 2 a.m. that day. So it was indeed Swami's will, otherwise it could not have happened. So I had heard about the Dallas project, It was very, what shall I say, somewhat vague in my mind. But after I spoke to Dr. Paddy and others, I realized that there is a need. In fact, in many of my travels, I always believe in telling them that we all think of buying our own house or getting a house, a roof over our head whenever we go to a new place. Why is it that we are not thinking of a house for Bhagwan wherever we live? I've asked this question all over the United Kingdom. I said, you have so many devotees here. Don't you people feel the need for a Sai center to be built here? Well, you have a school, you have some medical camp, you have so many other activities. But where do we have Swami's presence? This question I've been asking everywhere, and I always give the illustration of how Swami's places are spreading everywhere in India. For example, in Bangalore, Swami blessed the Sai Darshan in Indranagar. Mr. SNS Murthy took the lead in that. And it's such a vibrant center now, which is in the eastern part of Bangalore, which is near the old HAL airport. Then years later, Dr. Padmanabhan family thought of Sai Gitanjali in the southern part of Bangalore, in JP Nagar. That also went on beautifully. And it's such a vibrant center now. Now, like this, we have different Sai centers everywhere. These are all properties which are vesting in the state trust or the central trust. And there are Seva Kshetras there. People come, they congregate, they have all the Sai activities. They have bhajans, they have satsang, they have study circle, they have the Satya Sai education programs. All of them take place there. That become the nerve center for Swami's activities. Therefore, it is important that we have our own abode. Instead of going to a school, setting up an altar, taking it down and going back somewhere else. I understand the logistics of it. So I was somewhat happy when I learned about the program that was being planned in Dallas. And so probably that's the reason why I could not attend a meeting which was held before I left India. There was an online meeting with Akshay and others, but I somehow could not attend that meeting. I was traveling. So it looks like Swami wanted me to come and see personally. So I had a look at the place. The land is beautiful. It's an L-shaped land. It's very nice, 9 acres. And the plans they showed me and the what they have in mind, how to develop the place. We had a great deal of discussion. Just to give you a bird's eye view, I think the idea is to replicate Prasanthi Nilayam in America and to do it in a different scale. Of course, we can't do it in the scale that is there in Prasanthi Nilayam, but people who come here must feel that this is really the abode of Bhagavan, and they must it must have a look and feel of the same place. So they had planned everything. I saw the design and the documents that they had prepared, and very interestingly, the road was so easily named as Love All Drive. Can you believe it? I mean, it's something which is without Swami's will, it cannot happen like that. So I think these are all indications because, Swami never told us directly, you do this, don't do this. Some things he would say, but others, he would leave us to take the initiative and make everything behind the scene to make it happen. So if we have conviction and if we decide to go forward in the best interests of everybody, then everything is going to fall in place, is what I believe. Of course, they have been able to collect money and they've been able to buy the land, which is now a freehold land. But this is the beginning, and you have to now continue that process. We discussed several options, how the building should look, which directions it should be. They've even made a model. They have an architect, and more or less, they've identified people who are going to do it. And I looked at all the plans and designs, and it looks wonderful to me. It has, the best of East and West, as they say, the best of Prasanthi Nilayam, and the location and everything. It's lovely to me. Of course, there's the problem of how we are going to attract people to come there. So we did a round of discussion about replicating en bloc rooms here. All of us who come to Prasanthi Nilayam, especially the overseas devotees, they know how it is to go and get an en bloc room and what it takes to get that room. And of course, now you would have probably seen a lot of modernization with lifts in place, with better rooms there and uninterrupted power and everything else. So that is how a plan is now being made. I leave it to the committee to ruminate over it and see what is the best way to go forward. And I have no doubt in my mind that with Swami's blessing, this is a project which will take off. The object is that you people who can go to Prasanthi Nilayam, you must go there, because Swami always said, this is your home. Many of the Swami's discourses, you would have said, oh, I see so many people here. Have I sent any invitation to anybody? No invitation is printed, no invitation is sent to anybody, but all of you have come. Why? You come here because you love me. You come here because you feel that this is your place. Now, to go to your own house, you don't need invitation. So that is how the feeling of Swami was when his devotees came home. Many times when somebody came home and, they were not fully prepared, Swami would comfort them. Say, look here, this is your home. You live as you should live in your own house. That should be your comfort level. So that's how it is. So this should become Swami's abode in America. And if everybody in America cooperates, and we are just talking about it in terms of logistics, Dallas seems to be very well positioned in the whole country. And this should be, I would say, this is one of Swami's homes, which is going to come up in Dallas. And in times to come, there are going to be more of these all over America. It all depends on our will. Looking at it, the kind of money that is there in the society in America, I mean, the homes are like 1 acre, 2 acre homes. 15, 20 room houses are, commonplace. And the kind of luxury that you see, and by Swami's grace, many of Swami's devotees are in such high positions, and who are in a position. After all, you see, how much money does one need? There is no limit for that. But at some stage, we have to think of what we can do and return to society, to return to Swami, return to our own fraternity of our own devotees. And that's the way we can all start working towards it. So I think I have no doubt in my mind this project will go forward, and Prasanthi Dham will become the residence of Bhagavan in America, which will attract devotees from everywhere. And I'm looking at it from the point of view of who will come and use this. This should become now for all devotees in India who can come. They will come to Prasanthi Nilayam for major activities. So, but there are many who cannot come, who watch it online from remote parts of India and in the other parts of the world. So, for those who cannot come to Prasanthi Nilayam for whatever reasons, this is an excellent opportunity for them to come to Prasanthi Dham and experience Bhagwan's presence there in the same environment which they would get in Prasanthi Nilayam. Of course, there can be no substitute for Prasanthi Nilayam, but nevertheless, it will look just like that. Now, you have so many Shirdi Sai mandirs everywhere. In our small village near Bangalore, suddenly Shirdi Sai Mandir came up. It's doing so well. It's a replication of what people come there. They feel they don't have to go now all the way to Shirdi, and they find solace in that place. So the center is going to become very, very, what should I say, a great place of pilgrimage. And that's what we should aim for. And so I wish all the very best to the team that is in charge of it. I will certainly continue my prayers to Bhagavan to bless them and to take the right course, the right decision. And I have no doubt that the devotees in America and elsewhere will find great peace in it. Just like, the Swaminarayan temples which have come up. They have come up in such size and in such manner that it is mind-boggling. How is it possible? It started with a small temple in remote Gujarat. And now you have them in practically, many great cities of the world. So I think Swami's message is universal. And that is what we need to convey. It's not only for the devotees of Bhagwan who know about him. This message of love all, serve all. I was sitting in the airport waiting for a flight. And I was talking to some few people sitting next to me. And I was telling them about, there was a gentleman next to me. There were two kids and a lady. So I said, wow, you got taking your kids. She said, no, they're not my kids, they're her kids. Then I was talking to the young boy, and I said, do you love your mother? And he said, yes, of course. Then I started telling him why you should love your mother. Then I told them the story of Ramayana. And he was listening with such intense attention. I told him about Bharata and told him about Kaikeyi. And I said, so mother's love transcends everything. And I was surprised, without batting an eyelid, they were listening to me so intently. Then at the end of it, I talked about Swami and I said, what is the meaning of love all and serve all? Why should you love all? And what do you get by loving all? And so they were, immensely pleased. So I'm saying these are people who had not heard of Bhagwan, who had nothing to do. But Swami's message is what is important. I think this center should be able to take this message forward. And I pray to Bhagwan to bless them and wish them all the best in their endeavors. And I'll do my level best to convince my co-trustees in the Central Trust to be part of this exciting program and pray to Bhagwan, all of us together. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
Jai Sai. Thank you, Sri Naganand. I think your visit to Dallas and some of the ideas you gave and the discussions we had, I think has been a real good inspiration for us. And we want you to continue to stay involved in this and guide us as we move forward. Thank you very much. Jai Sai Ram. Next, I'd like our Zone 1 chair, a very ardent devotee of Swami for many years, Dr. Akshay Kalatia, to address us.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer myself to our dearest Bhagwan, Shri Satya Sai Baba. I'm very happy to be able to be with all of you, even though I wish it was in person rather than virtually. There's been several months of loving communications that have been ongoing between the local Dallas leadership with Dr. Balu Karanam, our USA National President, and myself. And the project that's been presented to us, I've been able to present it also to the Global Council Executive Committee in Prasanthi Dham, including several members of the Sri Satya Sai Central Trust, like Sri Naganand. And all of them have been very supportive and very encouraging. So we're immensely blessed by Swami. He's been opening the doors when the time is right and the place is right and the circumstances are right. The doors just swing open. And this has been happening at a rapid pace. Every step of the way, we see Swami's divine hand guiding us along. From the wonderful architectural plans that Sri Naganand was describing to the ideal location, everything seems to be falling in place. So this is a wonderful opportunity that will enable Swami's organization to grow and to grow together so we can put into practice the main thing that we should all be doing, and that is loving service. So that loving service should be the cornerstone of all activities. And this Prasanthi Dham can be such a wonderful, wonderful place to serve as a guidepost, not only for the community, to unite all Sai devotees, not only in the Dallas area, but throughout the country and the zone. And I pray that Swami continues to guide all of us, and I look forward to seeing all of you in person very soon. Jai Sai Ram.
Most humble salutations at the lotus feet of Swami. Loving Sai Rams to all Sai family members. I'm truly honored to be present here for this momentous occasion of announcement of the Prasanthi Dham project by Sri Naganand, who came all the way from Prasanthi Nilayam. That makes all the difference for us. And Swami chooses the time, Swami chooses the place, and his instruments to carry out the divine will. We all are blessed to be part of this wonderful project. I also extend my heartfelt gratitude and thanks to all those who are involved from the initiation of this Prasanthi Dham, tirelessly working to make it what it is today, and also those who are reaching out to us and reaching out to us to be part of this coming up project. I'm really thankful to all of them. So to build a temple, to build a home for Swami at Dallas, as Sri Naganand was telling, it is 3888 Lowell Drive. That's where this is coming up. Swami always emphasizes very importance about unity, coming together In our college days, Swami used to say, Kalasi melasi tirugudam, Kalasi melasi perugudam, Kalasi melasi telusukunna, telivini poshinjudam, saying that let's all come together, let's all grow together, let's all learn from each other about Swami, let's all merge into Swami. That's what is needed. So let's pray to Swami, uh, pray together so that we all can come together. Let's make Prasanthi Dham is one roof where we all can come together in Dallas. Not only in Dallas, as Akshay said, this can unite the entire region 10, not only region 10, it can resonate all the 10 regions, which we have Sai regions in this country, to come together and, offer this, especially at this, very auspicious centennial year of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Sairam, Jai Sairam.
Thank you, Balu, and thank you, Akshay. We look forward to continue working with both of you as we navigate our way through this project. And once again, I think the two of you played a very critical role in elevating this to the Central Trust and other GC officers in Prasanthi Nilayam. We really appreciate that and would welcome your continued participation and involvement in this program. Thank you very much. Now we can, if there are any questions anybody has, please, I think Manian, if you can kind of coordinate that and have them ask a question, I think any one of the participants can answer those questions depending on the nature of the question. And I'll kind of guide that to who would be an appropriate person to talk about that. So you can go ahead. If anybody has any questions about Prasanthi Dham project or any other issues regarding Satya Sai organization, this is the time for you to ask those questions.
There is one question. So they would like to understand more about which location, what is the current status of it, and what is the plan?
Yeah, I think Dr. Paddy, probably a location. Yeah.
The location is it's in Plano, right? We can provide you with the address. Sharma, do you want to describe the exact?
It is on 14th and Shiloh. That is the location. It's a 9 acres land. That's the location there. And it is well connected, as you know. Even the train station is just a Shiloh station is there, which goes all the way to DFW airport. So it's again, it's what we call it multi-faith corridor. We have a church next door. Next to that, we have a Buddhist temple, and we have a mosque, and we have a synagogue. So we are all there along with them. So that is the location where we are.
It's a beautiful multi-faith corridor, really.
Yes.
Beautiful location. What we will do is we will publish the address on our WhatsApp group. So if any of you want to take a drive and look at the property and get a feel for it, you're please welcome to do that, right? Any project of this scale, I think, in Kerala, they used to say when we build a temple in a village, the entire village comes together, and only when they all come together, the temple happens. And for all festivals, the whole village will be there cooking and serving food. So I think in order for Prasanthi Dham to come together, I think it's extremely important that all of you get very actively involved and be ready to make any type of contribution that you feel will add value to this process. So the doors are open. Please join us and help us in any way you can in supporting this project. We need a lot of manpower, a lot of work to be done, a lot of thinking that needs to be done, a lot of planning. So please join us as everybody is welcome to join and be part of it.
Maybe we could add that you already have set up a not-for-profit body, Souls, and that has all the permissions that are needed by the local authorities and the Inland Revenue Department. And so that will be the vehicle through which this would be done.
As Naganand ji said, We have a 501c nonprofit organization, well registered, and it is in operation for the last 6 years. It is there, and the extension for that question is there. What is the status of it? I mean, we have all the construction drawings as submitting to the city of Plano. So everything is ready to go. I mean, we are about to submit that. We have submitted 2 years back, but there's a time lapse. So we are resubmitting all the plans. So it has, to give you an idea about it, it is about 33,000 square foot building. And it has Prasanthi Dham, the devotional side. We have about 12,000 square foot to the bhajan hall, which can accommodate 1,000 people. And we have SSC classrooms. There are 12 classrooms. And it also has its own small auditorium type where we can accommodate up to 400 people. And we have dining hall and the meditation hall is there, and bhajan hall as well as Prasanthi Mandir. And we have not forgotten Swami's quarters. So we have provided Swami's quarters also in that. Here, anyone is most welcome to visit the place. And if you need any more information, reach out to us. We will send you more details without any problem. Thank you, Saira.
And just to add regarding the bylaws, we've also made sure that Sri Naganand had a chance to look at the documents, make some suggestions, and we do want to be tied in with Prasanthi Nilayam. So everything we do, we want to make sure that we're aligned with Prasanthi, and we want to make sure they're happy with what we're doing and be there to guide us and be part of all of this with us.
Has Central Trust funded any projects overseas, either in full or partially?
No, under the regulations, Indian regulations, and the object of the Central Trust, it can only carry on activities in India. It doesn't have any power to do any activities outside India. In fact, that's one of the reasons why Bhagwan had set up the Satsai World Foundation. It was a non-profit body set up in the US. If somebody wanted to give some money, it would go through that. But Central Trust giving money outside India it's prohibited in law in India. So we can't fund anything, and we haven't funded any project outside of India.
And we have the Sri Satya Sai Global Council Foundation that's been up and running for the past several years, and that's serving that purpose to help manage any kind of donations that come in directed to different parts of the country, as well as to different parts of India, as well as to other zones for disaster relief. And we've been active with that over the past 3 years, as well as, of course, supporting Prasanthi Nilayam.
Thank you.